Sometimes when I research yokai, I struggle to find images or information about them that I can use in the video. Without a doubt, this creature has been the easiest yet to gather material on. It's likely because this sneaky creature has invaded our modern popular culture. Everything from games to food. The name of this creature is literally typed, on average, 1 million times a day on Twitch. That's right, we're talking about Kappa, also known as the River Child. Kappa is a combination of two words, Kawa for river and Wappa for child, as they are about the size of a human child. This small green yokai, found usually around the ponds and rivers of Japan, are quite an odd sight. While being generally humanoid, they have webbed hands and feet with a turtle-like shell on their backs. They also have a dent on the top of their heads called the bowl, which always contains water and is the source of their powers. While they are tiny, they are quick and just as strong as a full-grown human, able to become invisible and move through the water very quickly. On land, they're a little bit clumsy, but can stay out of the water for quite some time as long as they have water on the bowl on their head and it doesn't spill or dry out. If they lose their water while on land, they become very weak, or might even die if they don't get back to their rivers quickly. In general, Kappa are mischievous troublemakers who like to look up women's kimonos, steal small items, carry away livestock, and push people who get too close to the water's edge for a laugh. Some of them are really nasty though, and have been known to kidnap children, molest women and men, or drown people. You'll often see signs warning people of deep water and drowning hazards with pictures of Kappa on them. It has been said that some of them develop a taste for human flesh as well, though this is far from their favorite food. Normally they prefer to eat Japanese eggplants, soba noodles, winter squash, and natto. Their absolute favorite food though is the cucumber. They really, and I mean really, like cucumber. It's kind of funny, I used to order kappamaki quite often over the years, and never really thought about why they were called kappamaki. It's because that is a cucumber sushi roll. Another very odd thing about these creatures is that they also often try to steal people's shirakodama, which is a mythical ball said to contain the soul located in the human, rear end. Legend has it that the Kappa pay shirakodama as a sort of tax to the Dragon King of the Sea, though what he could possibly want with such a thing is a mystery to this day. The most famous and coincidentally largest Kappa ever to live was the Kappa king known as Kuzenbo. He was much larger and more powerful than the average Kappa, and controlled a large army of 9,000 loyal but misbehaved Kappa troops. Together they traveled from river to river, lake to lake in both China and Japan, kidnapping and drowning as many people and animals along the way as they could. Just like Shuten Doji of the Oni we discussed in a previous video, Japan finally had enough and gathered an army to try to put an end to Kuzenbo's reign of terror and mischief. Unfortunately, Japan's army was 2 for 2 when it came to failing to solve the horrible monster problem. Defeated, the nation wondered what it could possibly do. One general, however, Kato Kiyomasa, had grown up in a small village that was quite familiar with Kappa, their weaknesses, and odd sense of rules and honor. He set out to find Kuzenbo, the king of the Kappa, and deal with them himself. One obstacle he knew he had to overcome was the Kappa's ability to turn invisible when they needed to. This would definitely make it difficult to find Kuzenbo to challenge him at all. Luckily, Kiyomasa had some contacts amongst the king of the monkeys, and were able to work with them and their powers to locate him near the Kuma River. As Kiyomasa approached Kuzenbo, the king of the Kappa knew the time for hiding was done. He would have to crush this little man himself. Kuzenbo rose up almost 3 times the height of the man, towering over his army of tiny river children. Anyone other than Kiyomasa would probably have been terrified. However, the clever general knew a secret about his giant enemy. Kappa, despite being terrible monsters, could absolutely not resist politeness. "It is my pleasure to meet you, Kuzenbo, King of the Kappa," Kiyomasa said, bowing deeply, and with that, Kuzenbo was defeated, for he had no choice but to bow deeply in return, pouring out the source of his power, the water from the bowl on the top of his head. Kuzenbo was forced to promise that neither he nor any of his 9,000 Kappa in his army would ever harm another human in Japan. And those Kappa, at least, went home and kept their word grudgingly. So, 2 pieces of advice today. Don't go too close to the water's edge if you don't plan on going in. And a little politeness can save you a lot of grief. Thank you for watching another Yokai Stories with me. I got this one as a suggestion in a comment. Unfortunately, YouTube deleted the comment for whatever reason, so I can't see exactly who submitted it. If it was you, thank you very much. This was a fun one to do. And everyone else, feel free to keep sending in your suggestions. I'm getting a little backlog of them, so it might be a while before I get to it, but I'll try to cover them all. Thanks a lot.